So, guys, one of the things that I've been thinking about sharing with all of you is my journey here in the US. So, when I came to America, about 14 years ago, I definitely had a lot of growing pains and culture shocks and things that really had to go through, overcome to be able to become who I am now. And a lot of that really, guys, had to do with having a good support system. And number one, really grateful for Americans and how they embraced me. My family, my wife's family, people around me, not just on the family setting, but in the business setting. And then two, guys, like I have amazing stories, amazing stories of to what like I saw God's hand in everything that I was doing, and blessings. A lot of people call it luck, and I don't call it that. But the truth is if you are doing the right thing and striving every day to do the right thing, good things are going to happen to you. So one of the stories I want to tell today is when I got here to America. Well, first off, with $200 in my pocket, not a lot of money for sure. I can tell you that I didn't have a work permit, so I came in as a fiancé, so like to get married, and then 6 months later I was gonna get my work permit. So during that time, obviously, just getting married, I really wanted to get a job. And the truth is my father-in-law, he's a really if you knew him, he's a rule follower, and he told me, hey, you're not even gonna. Obviously, I knew I didn't want to work without a permit for sure, but there was a few odds and ends within my church. People in my church that maybe needed some type of help, with their yard, and I was willing to do that. So one of the days I actually went and helped, and this person gave me money and was trying to give me money actually. And since I didn't have a driver's license, my father-in-law came to pick me up after I was done helping this guy. And this guy was, reaching into his pocket, and I was about to take the money because I was like, this is like low-key really not really working, right? I wasn't really working under the table or anything. But my father-in-law told him, hey, no, he actually cannot work right now, and he cannot, get paid, which is wild, right? So he basically told this guy, hey, no, don't pay him. And, I was a little bit upset, to be quite honest with you, because I was like, hey, I think he was going to give me like $60 or something like that for the day. And didn't get paid, right? I mean, didn't take that money. It was more of a service that day. But, it just taught me a lesson of to do things the right way. It's something that I learned from the beginning, and really good people around you, like I always say that it's not about, it really isn't about, you or self-made. Like I really hate that term, and you've heard me talk about that. So really it's more about understanding that it has to be, a lot of people around you to teach you and to kind of, help you understand what are the things that matter the most. And in this case, I can tell you that from the beginning, my journey here in the USA, I had great people teaching me. And obviously, I also had good inside of me to be humble enough to obviously understand that was going to be good for me in the future. So later on, it really became a very important part of my journey to be able to understand. It's like, hey, even though it would have been easy to take that money, it just was mentally for me. It did something for me. I don't think even right now, I don't think it would have been wrong to take that money, but it was about the principle that my father-in-law taught me, and it's just having that in there. So just wanted to share that with you, and thousand stories like that I can tell you, and how I've been able to overcome adversity, and obviously being here in the US, and really you can apply that to anything. You don't have to really move countries to be able to apply these principles.